Darlene here. Somewhere in this video, you're going to see a miracle. I'm not going to tell you right now what it is. It's part way through the video. Keep an eye out for it. Make sure you comment if you find it. Well, got some, I think they're sunburned, some of the leaves, but part of them look really good. They've survived nights in the high 30s, low 40s. I didn't cover anything up last night because it was, well, one projection said 45, the other one said 48. And I think it actually got down to 39, but everything was fine. So, these herbs have been in here for what, 3 or 4 years now. It's just my little miniature lilac. I made it be miniature. It hasn't ever bloomed for me, but probably because it's so little. My irises are so pretty. I have them in several locations in my yard. Okay, so I got some. I should zoom that in a little bit so you can see it better. Get that cord out of the way. Got some stuff planted out here by the fence. This is my grape plant. Looking good, and down there too. So sunflowers, a few tomato plants here and there, more grape. Okay, and there's my beans. More grape over there, but beans are looking good. More grape coming up, and more sunflowers. Here's my big iris patch, and along with this, I don't remember the name of this pink stuff, but it comes back every year. It's really pretty. Okay, I got to show you a miracle. A miracle. Okay, let me move this weed out of the way so you can see. Let's see if I can. Okay. Having trouble getting it in the right spot here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. See what's growing here. Okay. Okay, what was that miracle that I was showing you? Well, remember a month or so ago, I got some live plants in the mail, and the directions said to plant it out even if it was going to snow. So I planted it out, and it got down to 23 degrees that night. And that and the other two, all 3 of the plants that I planted out lost any signs of life. Well, the one that I just showed you is the little fig, and you saw it has little leaves coming out on it. It's not dead after all. It's a miracle. So I'm going to have that fig after all. The other 2, the orange, mock orange, they haven't shown any signs of life yet. But if the fig did, it could be that they will too. I'll just have to wait and see on those. The fig was the one that I was most worried about. And I'm glad I just left it there instead of assuming that it was dead. Oh, yay! It's alive. It's a miracle. The rose bushes full of foliage that looks good. And I have over here petunia that's starting to bloom out. There, and down here too. They're both starting to bloom out. And more irises. I think the irises are so majestic looking. I love them. My mystery plant is getting ready to bloom. It'll get bigger, the bloom will get bigger than that. And then over here, I'm just going to show you that my California poppies are just in beautiful display today. And the lilacs are pretty. And it's just a beautiful day. My table is getting fewer and fewer things. I have mostly peppers and cucumbers to plant out still. Oh, I have a few struggling tomatoes, some rhubarb and some celery, and a few other things. But we're getting there. Oh, one napping cat and a second napping cat. You can't see all of it. One's under the bench and the other on top, enjoying their Sunday afternoon nap. So I'm enjoying my Sunday afternoon too. I haven't taken a nap like the kitty cats, but I worked up a sweat right after church. Well, I did part of it right before church and part of it right after church. Planting the beans and sunflowers that I showed you. I worked up a sweat doing that because it was kind of out in the sun. But I did it early enough in the day that it wasn't too bad. And now the sun has kind of gone away. I'm not sure if it's partly cloudy or partly sunny. Depends on how you look at it. But it's warm and muggy kind of. Well, for around here. Kind of a little bit. It's not totally muggy. I mean, those of you who live in the south or the east, you would say this is not muggy. But for us here, we live in a really dry climate, so if it gets even just a little bit muggy, it feels really muggy. Thing I've noticed is that the Sundays get closer and closer together. It was Sunday, and then all of a sudden it's Sunday again. I don't know what makes the time feel like it's going so quickly. My goodness. It just feels like it zooms by. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Anyway. Oh, you probably wondered when I said I went to church. My church is having church on Facebook Live. So it's electronic church, but it's church nevertheless. One of the things that made this week feel like it went fast, I think, is because we were kind of on the busy side. Or I was anyway. We went and visited my husband's sister. She had a stroke. How long's it been? Maybe a month and a half or so ago. And we finally got the go-ahead to be able to go visit her. So we went and visited her for a little while. Not too long because we didn't want to make her tired out. So that was good to be able to see her. She's young, like in her early, just barely 50, I think. Early 50s. I'm not sure. Anyway, it was good to see her. She's improving daily. And I think within a year she should be pretty well back to normal. And then, what else did I do? The next day, was it the next day? It wasn't the next day. It was a couple of days after that. We went to I'm going to call it a funeral. It was a graveside service of the mother of a dear friend of ours. And we were able to go to that. It was all outdoors, and everybody was keeping their distance and behaving themselves. So it was good to be with some people anyway. And then right after that, I went to town and did some shopping at the dollar store and at the pharmacy. And usually my husband had been doing the shopping, but he must have been tired of doing it. He sent me this time. So got the things I needed. And he's a sweetheart. He has been sending that was one of the things I needed at the dollar store was greeting cards. Since his sister had the stroke, he has been sending her a greeting card every day. So she can't forget that she's got a brother. Anyway, that's the best place to buy them is at the dollar store because they're 2 for $1. And they're pretty. So, there were a couple of days that I didn't work outside, I had the plants on my table stayed there, but I didn't bring out any of the others because it was chilly and windy. But now everything's out here except just a few things in the grow room that have just germinated. So probably less than 10 little pots full of various things. Everything else is outside. And I didn't cover up anything last night. One prediction said 48, the other one said 43. I think I mentioned just a little while ago. It just hovered right around 40. I think it might have gotten down to 39, but anyway, and the next couple of weeks is supposed to be in the high 40s, low 50s at night. So I'm not going to need to wrap up anything except for, I don't know if I'll leave my moringa out or not. I might just tuck it up good with the floating row cover and see how that does. I know it's a tropical plant. I don't know how well it'll do at night. I might take it in. I'm not sure about the sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes should probably be okay. Only have 2 sweet potato slips with my sweet. I have some others I ordered from. These I made myself from a sweet potato. And I ordered some from Baker Creek. They haven't arrived yet. I think I will grow them in a tub or something too, because I don't know, I should be able to grow them out. It says they take about 100 days to become sweet potatoes. That puts us right at the end of August. We should be okay by then. We shouldn't be getting a frost August. Usually our first frost comes like first week or so in September. Well, the more I just sit here and talk to you, the more I feel like maybe I do need that Sunday afternoon nap. And isn't that terrible? So I think I will call this video good for today. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, please do so. And be sure and hit that like button. Oh, and the little bell that lets you know when I put up a new video. And I love watching your videos too. I know I tell you this just about every time. You watch mine and I'll watch yours. And we'll all do lots of watching. lots of gardening, happy gardening, and may the good Lord richly bless you. Bye.